Hi everyone, this is Amanda. It's the 5th of December 2018 and this video is intended as a bit of a light relief. I am taking a little bit of time away from particularly Facebook in December, and my parting shot on Facebook was I was off to make some brownies, and I think that people have taken that literally. I did make some brownies, but I am still actually working. I'm doing all the level 1 sessions for this month, for December, and I'm really enjoying doing them as well as other stuff that's going on. One of the other things that's going on, which is the reason I've come online to do this video, because I just thought it'd be interesting to share something I've just found out, is that because we're having to go through all the accounts for last year, I found a facility on my website which basically shows me the top sprays that we've sold through 2018. Well, as well as that being quite interesting from a marketing perspective, it's actually fascinating from a colour energy perspective, because we are ending 2018 with, I think it's something like 44 different colour sprays that we sell. And those of you that don't know about the sprays, they were created about, I don't know how many years ago, 2013 I think is ringing a bell, by myself, and they've grown over time to a point now where we send them all over the world, and it's really exciting for us, very satisfying in terms of a lot of the feedback that we get in from many of you that say how much they help you. And more than anything, what they're intended to do is to help heal and support and inspire and connect you to spirit via different colour energies. You know that I am a colour therapist amongst other things, but that was the start of my spiritual path, colour. And it stayed with me through all the years and always will do. It's the one modality that I always fall back on time and time again. And so when for the first time I had this information today about what had been the top selling colour energies of 2018, I thought I need to share that, because I thought you might be interested, because they reveal a lot about the character and the makeup of this year in terms of maybe what people have been struggling with, but also what people have been trying to integrate in terms of energies. So I'm going to take you through the top 10, and I'm going to do it in a slightly tongue-in-cheek way, even though there is a seriousness to what I'm doing, which is actually these sprays are very powerful. But I'm going to play you. Those of you that are from the UK, you know this little tune. This is what used to be played when they were doing the chart rundown. Do you remember this? And then the DJ would talk over this. And they would say, in at number 10. So, do you know what the number 10 spray is? The number 10 energy, 10th most popular colour energy that we have been selling through 2018. It is this one, Jade. Jade, okay? Now the Jade spray is for the higher heart, okay? So this is one of the additional chakras that we look at within the Metatron colour healing system, the higher heart. The higher heart is the bridge between the heart and the throat. And the Jade energy, beautiful colour, one of my favourite colours I have to say, has a multiple number of uses. But one of the main reasons I pick it up, I have to say, is it's a great protector in terms of the inner self. And what I mean by that is it's less to do with external protection, something like maybe Archangel Michael or indeed the spiritual protection spray. This is more for helping to boost our inner protection. And what is our inner protection? Our inner protection is linked into our immunity. So it helps to support the thymus, and it helps to support the immune system. And of all of the sprays that we sell, this is one that smells very herbal. Metatron's telling me I need to spray each one of them because I know a lot of you can pick up the smell over the airwaves, which I never realised you could do until I started doing it. And so many people contact me and say, I don't know how it happens, but you spray the sprays and I can smell what you're doing. So this one is the Jade. Even if you can't smell, don't worry, just feel into the energy of it. And I'm saying it's herbal because it has a combination of thyme, lemon and ginger as the oils within it. And if you think about when we're feeling a little bit flat or needing a physical boost, a lot of the medicines that you can actually buy on the shelf, they tend to have those sort of ingredients in them. So you don't drink this, you spray it, but it's thyme, lemon and ginger. It's really good as an immune booster. I think it's also very good for any of us that overgive, that are in public positions. Maybe you could be, I don't know, somebody work as a policeman, or you're a teacher in a secondary school, anywhere basically where you are dealing with the public or you're dealing with a lot of people. Metatron's reminding me this also applies to people at a distance, because increasingly a lot of businesses are actually online businesses. And even though you're not physically seeing the person and touching their hands, you energetically are still in their space. And so it's important to help balance out the giving and receiving energy, but also just to, I use it a lot if I get on an airplane or public transport, or if I was going to a concert where there's a lot of people. It just helps me to boost my own protection from within, and also just makes me feel immune basically from other people's energies around me when they're detrimental. Okay, so it's a good tonic for when you're feeling unwell. So that's the higher heart. So that is number 10. Okay, let's go to the 9th color energy then. And it's interesting looking at them because I've got them in front of me. There are actually only 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4 of the top 10 are actually chakra sprays. But the number 9 spray is another chakra, and it is the Stella Gateway. So the Stella Gateway, and this is a rose gold. Okay, so in terms of color energies, the 9th color energy, the most popular color for this year from the Metatron range, is this beautiful rose gold. I mean, it is really gorgeous, isn't it? Rose gold, and it's the Stella Gateway spray. Now, those of you that work with chakras over the centuries, we've particularly been working with the 7 chakras in the body. And Metatron talks about the 12 chakra system. I'm very aware there are many more chakras than that, and indeed many of you may be working with more than 12, but I'm really focusing on the 12 most important ones at this time, which he's been asking us to take care of, as well as the ones that are particularly being worked on and upgraded at this time. I will just mention, it doesn't come into the top 10, but the Alta Major chakra behind the back of the neck is one that's particularly activating at the moment and upgrading and releasing. And we do have a teal energy that helps with that. If I get time over the holiday period, I might try and do a updated Alta Major video, but it's not for today. I just wanted to say that coming in. The so this is the number 9, and it's the rose gold, and it's the Stella Gateway. So the Stella Gateway is the chakra which is above the soul star. So you've got your crown, you've got your soul star, and then you've got the Stella Gateway. And it is linked into downloads of light and information and energy that want to come in. It is literally the first place upon which spirit's energy can enter into the body via that portal anyway. Looking down, because with all of the sprays, there are channeled messages that come through. And to be honest, I write the channeled message at the time that the spray is birthed. And some of them were birthed 2 years ago, some of them are more recent. The rose gold one actually was revamped, as it were, recently. So I'm actually looking at what the new information is on that. And what I've actually written here is it's suggested as a great aid for meditation, for visualization work, astral travel, assessing wisdom, spiritual truths, prayer, and any deep sort of transformative process. Rose gold in itself is a very protective colour energy as well. And it feels a colour vibration that is linked into the higher vibrational states in our planet. I'm really talking about 5th dimensional consciousness and above. Okay, so the rose gold is one of these new colours wanting to come in, integrate within our body. And of course, it makes complete sense that one of those very high vibrational colours are at the Stella Gateway, which is the gateway, the entrance through which everything else then flows down. Okay, so number 9 is the rose gold. Number 8 is Archangel Sandalphon. Archangel Sandalphon comes in with the bronze colour, okay, bronze. And there are other teachers out there and other teachings which talk about the Earth Star being different colours. I've talked about this in other videos, particularly black and white is often mooted. Just didn't resonate to me. Doesn't mean that it's wrong, by the way. Every person just has a different take on different things. We're moving away from an age which tells us that things have to be a certain way. And I personally always run a mile from anybody that says it has to be a certain way. And there are, you know, the whole thing with chakras and colours is that they are constantly evolving, and it's actually very hard to try and pin any of them down, because ultimately they all really wish to become colours that we haven't even seen with our physical eyes. We might have seen them in our third eye, but these are translucent, iridescent colours that come from a different time, space and dimension. So what we do within the Metatron colour system is we try and get the body used to different colours at different places. And the Earth Star, we chose the bronze because it just felt as though it reflected a lot of the colours of Earth, you know, the browns, the golds, the coppers, but very aware also that within the energy of the Earth Star chakra, which is beneath our feet, that there are other colours too. Okay, so that is the bronze, that's the Archangel Sandalphon spray. And it's a great one for helping us to anchor, helping us to ground ourselves. And if you think about 2018 and the year that's just gone, I'm really glad that we have representation of the earth energies and the need to ground in our top 10. Because if that hadn't been there, I would be actually slightly concerned. There is actually another very grounding colour that we get to later on, and I'll tell you about that when we get to it. But yeah, this is to do with anchoring in all of the new energies. It's also to do with helping us to take new steps. If you think about 2018, there's been so much clearing away of the old, things ending to make way for new beginnings. Well, any new beginning starts with the first steps. And those are the steps of the postman who's just rung the doorbell, which is Bella now barking her head off. Just see if anyone's going to go and answer it. If not, it's going to be me. Yeah, someone's gone. Yeah, and also, of course, the bronze colour linking into the energy of the earth absolutely links into the energy of animals as well. The animal kingdom and the elements, all right? So, yeah, I personally love the Sandalphon energy and I love the colour bronze. It just feels very safe and nurturing and, as I say, very grounding. So that's number 7. Am I getting confused? 10, 9, no it's not, it's number 8. You can tell maths was never my strong point. That's why I was so excited this morning when I found this device on my website. It's just calculated, you know, the top sprays and the bottom sprays and all the rest of it. So yeah, that is number 8. So we have Jade at number 10. We have Rose Gold, the Stella Gateway, at number 9. We have Bronze, Archangel Sandalphon, at number 8. At number 7, we have the energy of Christ. And the colour that goes with the Christ energy is this beautiful peachy coral. I've called it coral, okay, so coral. Why is that not? There we go, you can see it now. Christ light, cosmic love. And you can see we've got the Vesica Pisces symbol there, the union of male and female, and much more, okay, the interlinking of God and man, and a very sacred symbol. But anyway, the colour energy is coral, and it's linked into Christ, and it's number 7. And I'm not surprised, I'll just spray this actually. Let's just stop for a moment and feel into that, the coral energy. It's beautiful. So soft and enveloping. I would use the word enveloping. It's like being given a beautiful cuddle and hug, and being reminded that everything is actually okay. In terms of colour meaning, coral is linked into ending the suffering. It's about ending the suffering and letting go of abuse. And the Christ light energy linked into coral is the new ascended Christ energy. It's the Christ off the cross, who is free, who is ascended, who is non-denominational. I always say that. It's not linked into, I mean, it can be linked into Christianity if you want it to be, but, you know, that's not the way I view this energy. It's Christ here, accessible to everybody, of every culture, denomination and creed, and it's to do with ending the suffering. Okay. Also, the colour coral is very much linked into sensitivity, and gentleness and grace. So those qualities, gentleness, compassion and grace, exemplified by the Christ light energy, is the 7th energy that people have been working through, working with, and allowing in and integrating through 2018. Rather beautiful. Really glad to see that there. We don't actually have many Ascended Master energies within the whole range at the moment. We might add to it. In fact, there are a few that we are going to be adding. But at the moment, the ones that we do have are holding their own. Let's put it that way. So we have Christ there at number 7. Number 6, okay, number 6 is a chakra support. And again, remember, this is what people have been needing support with. And it's the Tanzanite third eye spray. Okay, so if I put that up to the camera, you see that it's a combination of violet and blue, Tanzanite, and it is the third eye support. Now, I'm saying support, but actually to me, this is much more about opening, okay? Opening up the third eye, taking off the veil of fear that prevents us a lot of the time from really seeing, knowing, feeling and sensing, okay? So I'm just going to have my tea because otherwise it's going to go cold. Let me find the page which talks about Tanzanite. I know I've been saying for about 2 years that there's a colour course coming from me, but there really is a colour course coming. It's one of the reasons I've stepped back from Facebook, because you just can't do it all. You know, there's just so much going on the whole time. So I need to get on with some writing. So what does Metatron say about this one then, Tanzanite? I haven't got it to hand to show you, but anybody that's got a piece of tanzanite will know it's really expensive. The piece that I have got is tiny because there are crystal essences that go into the sprays as well, and it's tiny. You know, it's like maybe a centimetre. And I've written down here, tanzanite is rare. It is a precious gemstone, and it is within this spray, offering expanded light into the third eye just when we need it. Invariably, tanzanite is described as a breakthrough stone, clearing away blocks, fear and heaviness, and replacing it with heightened awareness. So yeah, tanzanite number 6. Let's just spray this one more time. One of the scents that's coming through is rosemary. It's got some rosemary in that one. Nice. Clarifying, purifying. You need that. To be able to see clearly, you have to be able to cut through, you know, cut through the fog. Rosemary is quite an astringent type oil. So we're halfway through. We are down to number 5. And the 5th best-selling colour spray of 2018 is the Mary Magdalene Divine Feminine Spray. So I said that the Ascended Masters were holding their own, and they are. So she's come in at number 5, and I don't think this was actually available until about, when did I do the first one? It was maybe April of this year. So this maybe should really be a couple more places up, because it sells really, really well the whole time now. But you'll see it's like a lime green and pink. So we've got the colours of the heart, and this is the Mary Magdalene Divine Feminine Spray. There are 2 Mary Magdalene sprays, but this one in particular links into helping you strengthen your left-hand side of your body, your feminine energy, whether you're a man or whether you are a woman. But it's also to do with bringing the divine feminine energy into the collective. I just feel as though I want to spray this at this point. Just like you to connect into this one. Mary Magdalene, Divine Feminine, pink and green. And if you just connect into that, just getting my notes. God, it smells fantastic. It's got tuberose in it. It's one of the main scents. And it also has the energy of, oh, do you see the way I caught that? That was clever. It's got the energy of these crystals. Oops, yeah, I've shown you these before. My energies of, to me, they're Christ and Mary Magdalene. These beautiful crystals coming together. Because the thing is, the Christ and the Mary Magdalene energies go very, very, well, they're like this. They go together. So I love the fact that, though, that Mary is able to stand on her own as well, and she's there in position number 5. Strengthening your own feminine side, helping with things like relationship issues, intimacy issues, twin flame partnerships. Very useful for when you're feeling burnt out, depleted or broken, after any significant setback or shock. And I've written here, it's a getting back on track spray, where you learn to put yourself first, not overgive, to honour your own needs, and to accept yourself with love for the beautiful being that you are. And that's the Mary Magdalene energy. Number 4 is something completely different, very different energy. Number 4 is silver. And in particular, it's silver that links into spiritual protection. I think straight away, just showing you the way that this looks, you can feel that this feels a more masculine energy. It does to me anyway. Certainly if you can smell the scents that are in it, it's got a more masculine energy. It's got the sword. It's got the, you know, the sword coming out of the lake, the protective energy. And it is the Archangel Metatron's spiritual protection, energy in silver. Okay, in silver. I'm going to spray this one. Room's smelling good. And straight away, whew, feels so different. Number 4, fourth best-selling one, spiritual protection. What I want to say about this. Lots of people buy these two together. Jade, which was number 10, and spiritual protection, which was number 4. And they work really well together, because do you remember I was talking about this one sort of protecting us from inside in terms of our immunity? Well, this is the one that sort of shields us. You know, whether you wish to view that as a silver bubble of light, whether you wish to view it as a shield in front of you, whether you wish to view it a bit like, I always imagine it a bit like a sieve. So it's like a silver sieve that goes around us, around our body, and it's able to filter out anything that is negative or detrimental energy-wise, return it to sender, and only allow into our body and mind and being that which is beneficial and loving. So it filters out, and that is the silver spiritual protection energy. I want to read you a little bit of the words actually that go with this one. If I put it up to the camera whilst I'm reading. Yep, that's in focus, okay. It says, feel safe and at peace as I am with you. Feel empowered and supported because I am around you. Feel ready to face whatever is in front of you, knowing that I have your back and all is well. Within my protective care, no harm can befall you, and no darkness can invade your body, mind, or energy field. My force is stronger than all others. I am fearful of no one or anything. I am the ruler of the sacred circle of light and dark, duality and balance, and I will always ensure the highest outcome for any eventuality, situation, or relationship. My sword is there to protect, not harm. It is a warning to any that seek to lower you, destroy you, or diminish you in any way. A deterrent that doesn't need to be used, as its power goes before it, as it does for you, shielding you and being your guide also when you venture or stumble into lower vibrational territory. It has angelica, juniper, pine needle, bay, and cedarwood within it, and the combination of crystals that also go into it are really powerful. Black tourmaline, black kyanite, elatstone, smoky quartz, black sardonyx, to say a few. There are more words that go with that. I'm not going to read all of it out, but I just wanting you to feel the punch of it, because it has a punch. And I feel as though many of us have experienced some form of energetic attack through 2018, if not in a sustained way, certainly in some shape or form, whether that be through jealousy, through people just being mean, throwing stones, all the rest of it. Funnily, actually, I was talking to my mum this morning, and we were just having a chat, and she was saying, we were discussing the problems of the world, you know, we were chewing the fat a bit. And she said, you know, Amanda, she said, ultimately the problem is most people are just selfish these days. And she was talking about the wider collective. And of course, I'm not saying that everybody is selfish. She was actually talking about getting in the car and driving and everyone trying to cut you up. You know, we've all been there, haven't we? We've all had that sort of behaviour thrown at us. It's this whole thing about, you know, everybody just for themselves rather than for unity consciousness and coming from the heart space. It's very 3D. And even though we have been climbing up towards a more fifth dimensional energy throughout the whole of 2018, and I think we all should give ourselves a big pat on the back, actually, that we've done as well as we have, and we're going to carry on climbing, we're going to carry on carrying on. We also are very aware that there is still a proliferation of this lower 3D energy around us. And so, yeah, I completely understand why that spiritual protection is the 4th best-selling spray. So that didn't surprise me at all. And I suspect it always will be one of the top sellers, actually, as well. So let's have a look at the top 3, shall we? Let me just finish my cuppa, though. Number 3. The top 3 sort of don't surprise me. I mean, I'm very close to it, of course. I see what goes out. But the 3rd best-selling colour, energy and spray of this year is my personal favourite, I think. But it's one of those ones that you either love or hate. I have to say, the vast majority of people love it. But it's the one where if anybody ever has said, I'm not sure about the smell of that, it's usually been this one, okay? But as I say, it's personally my favourite, Emerald. I love this bottle. When I'm out of this, it's like, I really miss it. I really miss it. So Emerald, I mean, look at that colour. Isn't that beautiful? I've told this story many times on YouTube, so I won't go into too much detail about it again, but I'm very aware that sometimes people might just watch this video and they've never seen the other ones. This bottle, this was created after I did work in Belfast, Northern Ireland. I don't know how many years ago, maybe 5 years ago, was it? Something like that, maybe less. And it's symbolic of where you think healing cannot occur and actually it is able to come in. So, you know, the troubles that were in Northern Ireland, the bloodshed, the violence, all of that, generations growing up with all of that. And certainly in my lifetime, going back to the 1980s, 1990s, you never thought that would ever stop. It's not utopia now, but it's a hell of a lot better than it was since the peace process kicked in. And so the Emerald Spray sort of has that feeling of like where you never thought something was possible, actually it is. And it's linked into renewal and recovery. So as well as it being something that's very good in terms of a deep healer, it's also, to me, it's like my smelling salts bottle. If I'm feeling really tired and depleted, or it's first thing in the morning and I'm struggling, you know, this just gives me, it's like a power shot. It actually, as I say, you don't drink these, of course you don't, but it's reminding me a bit of greens, and I'm meaning that in terms of greens that you eat, you know, like kale and the really dark greens that are very good for you, but sometimes you've almost got to like pinch your nose because they're so full of iron, they're actually quite unpleasant to taste. We get a vegetable box delivered every week, and we had some kale delivered a week ago, and my goodness, it was rich. It was like every mouthful, it was like, I quite like kale, but this was like, it was so good for you, but it was like you had to pinch your nose to eat it. And I'm being shown the greens that you can buy in liquid form as well. So this is just coming at you from a different angle. And it's got vetiver in it, one of my favourite essential oils. Spray this. Emerald. Yeah. Very grounding, very grounding, very deeply healing. Strong. What else am I picking up? All of the colours are food for the body. Although having said that, some particularly feel as though, as well as the body, they also obviously relate to the mind and to the aura and all of that. But I don't know, this is feeling like real food for the body. You know, it's... When I spray this, the Emerald, I'm feeling quite tired myself at the moment because it's been a very busy year. It's one of the reasons I've pulled back a little bit. I can just feel it's just like soaking into me. It's like I'm a sponge. I'm just soaking all of that up. It's gorgeous. I'll share a bit with you. There you are. You can have some. Emerald. Where are the words? As I say, my favourite, I think. Oh, there goes Bella again. She does that every time we start talking about the earthy ones, doesn't she? Oh, can't find the words. Doesn't matter, they're all online anyway. You can find all the channel words. Where've they gone? Where've they gone, Metatron? Ah, is that it? No. Oh yeah, here we go. I will just read the first paragraph actually. Within this energy, you are taken into an ancient forest with trees that have stood for thousands of years. Here you remember your connection to the land and to the earth, and you remember who you really are. Whatever circumstance you find yourself in, or whatever condition has manifested, the emerald ray brings in renewal and a chance to start again. Born out of work in Belfast, Northern Ireland, the symbolism here is relevant. When there has been so much pain, anguish, and blood spilled, we can reclaim once more the deepest levels of healing that Archangel Metatron gifts us with and be reborn. To be used for deep-rooted pain, sometimes buried so deep we are even unconsciously aware it is even there. This can help heal ancestral, karmic, and this lifetime pain from the most painful wounds to aid recovery. And yeah, as I say, one of my favourites, and it's got some fantastic crystal energies in this as well. Mohawkite, dioptase, petrified wood, Brazilianite, raw emerald itself, blue amber, Gaia stone. Yeah, it's powerful. So we're down to the top two. We are down to the top two. Okay, number two. You might think this is going to be number one, but no, it is number two. Orange. Orange. And it is, of course, the energy that you probably see me spraying most of the time on my videos. This is the one that I use also to help me connect into Archangel Metatron. You know, you sometimes see me just getting temporarily blocked, or, you know, the guidance isn't coming through. And usually quick couple of squirts of this and I'm back and I'm hearing. So the flame, the orange flame, is the attunement and connection energy. When I was told, to be perfectly honest, that I had to create these sprays many years ago, and also years before they actually materialised, because I had to work through fear of bringing them through, which was all just shadow stuff. But the first colour that wanted to come through was orange. And I've talked about that before. So yeah, the Metatron orange flame is the colour that helps to attune people to Metatron's energy. Because this week, as I say, I'm working on the level 1 work that I do for people that are being attuned on the 11th. I mean, as an example, I've got my little orange candle here burning, just because I'm doing the session work. I've got a fire agate pyramid here, which just is beautiful orange colour. I'm always surrounded by orange energy when I am specifically working with the attunement energies with other people. Let me spray it. Orange ray, cinnamon, orange, cloves are the main scents that come through with that. And it just helps to light your way. Orange as a colour lights your way. Traditionally, of course, orange was a colour associated with the sacral chakra, and it can still be used within the sacral chakra, although there are other colours equally that can work very well there now as well. But to me, orange is the predominant colour for Archangel Metatron, and always will be, as well as the rainbow. But if I was going to split it out to a particular ray, single ray, it would be the orange. So we've worked through our top 10. We just have the number 1 coming up. And the number 1 sort of surprised me, but then didn't. I'm just going to take you through the 9 we've already got, and then show you the 10th. So number 10, we had the Jade, higher heart chakra. Number 9 was the rose gold Stella Gateway. Number 8 was the bronze earth star. Number 7 was the coral Christ light. Number 6 was the tanzanite third eye spray. Number 5 was Mary Magdalene, pink and green, colours of the heart. Number 4 was silver, the shield protection. Number 3 was emerald green, renewal, recovery. Number 2 was orange flame, attunement to connection and connection to Metatron. And number 1 What is it? Of course it's this. How could it not be this? You see? It's white. White. I mean, from a colour perspective, how perfect is that? White is the colour. White basically reflects all the colours of the rainbow. Think of the prism, okay? So yeah, white is the one that reflects all of the colours of the rainbow. So I love the fact that it's number one. But I suspect that it's particularly been chosen. In fact, to be honest, this isn't just the top selling spray. This is the top selling spray by far, by far. And what has this year been about? Let's just spray it around me. This year's been about clearance. Okay, white. White is the energy of clearance. White is also a colour which asks us to look at ourselves and who we are, to look in the mirror. White is also an energy that helps us to turn over a page and see that we've got a totally new, clean slate upon which to write. White is about purity. It's about innocence. And I think in a world which is increasingly feeling heavy and difficult and challenging a lot of the time, I think white takes us back to a state of feeling at peace and still and able to cope. Able to cope. There's a thing for simplicity and minimalism when life gets a little bit too much, just too much. The world is a bit too much. There are characters out there that are too much. And in a world of too much, to just come back to white is very, very healing. It's also such a very safe colour to use in healing. There is no place where the white ray would do any harm, any damage, would not work. White light is the universal ray that heals, uplifts, and supports. So it's no surprise to me that the top selling colour energy of 2018 is white. I don't have a black bottle. The closest I've got is indigo, and that's because there's many reasons for that, but really it's because when I brought out a black shadow bottle, what happened was it just started to attract in a lot of negativity, actually. And, you know, it went off. The smell was disgusting. It just went off, couldn't keep it from smelling nice. And then I heard Metatron say, okay, so that was an interesting exercise, wasn't it? Can you lighten it a bit? Bring in indigo. Indigo's got a very different vibration from the black. But in a dualistic year, which is about dark and light, the fact that white light is the number one energy, just based on, I was about to say just based on, you know, my experience and the clients that buy this, but actually it's not just. It's quite a big group of people that support these beautiful sprays. We probably send out at the moment about 1,000 a month all over the world. So it's not like just a couple have been going out to here, there and you know, they've been going everywhere, and every month it grows and expands. And I'm so grateful to anybody that's, you know, supported us through 2018. So the fact that we've arrived at 10 colours for 2018, I actually think, I mean, scientifically it would stand up to validation. And by that, I'm going back to my old market research days in terms of what number do you need to, you know, be able to statistically say something becomes valid. Well, you know, we're into quite large numbers here. So white is the number one colour energy of 2018. How marvellous is that? Do you want to know what the least popular one was? And when I say least popular, I'm feeling a bit like having to now parade one of my babies in front of you and say this is the one that didn't do as well. But it's not that. It's actually, this is the one that, for whatever reason, people haven't maybe fully understood or been able to accept in. And it's actually quite shocking. It's one of the elements. I'm going to go and grab it, assuming I've got it. I don't say I haven't got it. Surely. If I haven't got it, you see, that says something in itself. Where is it? It's air. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the air elemental. Oh, he's playing games with me. He's playing games with me. It's gone. Where is it? It's literally it's vanished into thin bloody air. It's not there. Water, fire, earth. It's not there. Well, there you have it, guys. There you have it. It's literally vanished into thin air. I thought I had one. I don't even have one to show you. Okay? Tracy's probably got them all in Bristol. It did sell, but the point is, I'm going to be serious for a minute. A, I haven't got one here to show you. Well, what does that say? What it actually, the fact that it's the least popular of the energies. What does air represent? Air represents having space to breathe. Okay? Having space to breathe and expand and feel free. How many of us have really, truly felt that through 2018? Okay, it's in many ways been quite a claustrophobic year because we've had things flung at us from left, right and centre. It's like you get back on your feet and it's like something else that's coming in. Not necessarily bad. I'm talking about portals, I'm talking about gateways, I'm talking about the eclipses, I'm talking about energy that's just kept coming at us. It's been relentless. So no, it hasn't actually felt particularly as though I've got lots of space to be able to just float and be like that beautiful bird and just, you know, no, it hasn't felt like that. It's felt like I'm here on earth and I'm battling it a bit, you know, I'm battling it a bit. And I'm bringing in the white light, thank God, to help me. That is creating some space as well. But don't forget, air links into the lungs. It links into the lungs. And from a healing perspective, the fact that this has been the least popular one of the sprays, it's got nothing to do with the way it smells either, by the way, because most people that buy these, they don't know what they smell like. They're going on the energy of them. They see the pictures, they read the words. Air hasn't resonated. Air is linked into the lungs. It's about deep-seated grief, letting go of some of our grief. I do wonder whether there is a moment coming where, because we all have built up the walls a little bit, particularly around the lung area, it's as though something has to give. Something has to give. Something has to come in to help us release some of this. I really wish that I got it to show you. I can't believe it's not here. Well, I can. I mean, in a way, isn't it perfect? I'm trying to almost like give you some air, and it's like I can open the window, of course, but energy-wise, it's not here. It's not here. They're all there apart from that one. Well, all I can say is that it's a blue bottle. It shows a bird on it, and it shows the octahedron, which is the diamond. The bird is carrying the diamond. The diamond represents the element of air, and it represents the heart chakra as well. So I think maybe entering into 2019, I may very well put air as one of the first things that we need to be looking at in terms of that element. What's going on with the air elemental at the moment? I mean, we've had a lot of gales and things like that, but I'm wondering about tornadoes. I'm wondering about air-based events. Maybe just put a comment in the box below. I'm interested in your reaction to the fact that that's the one that people have. It's not that they've rejected it, it's that they've resisted it the most. Or it just hasn't been seen. I mean, look at this. I can't even show it to you. It's invisible. It's made itself invisible. In a way, how perfect is that? So I think I might do this every year. I think every December I might have a look at what has been the top 10. And yeah, there might always be one or two that are always in the top 10, but I think there's going to be variations. because it's a bit like when you go into a new year and people start to talk about the numerology of the year ahead, the astrology of it, the themes, you know, that people are expecting to see. Colours come into that as well. So absolutely, these colour energies that people have been selecting, they reflect the consciousness that's been out there. What do they say? Looking at them now, I'm looking at them all lined up 1 to 10. What am I wanting to say about the way they look? I tell you what does strike me. Look at this, actually. There are 4 that are from the same colour family, I would say, which is the warm colours. There's a lot of warm colours. We've got coral, we've got rose gold, we've got bronze, we've got orange, we've also got pink. There's quite a lot of warmth in the colours. So I guess that's been needed. Interesting. I shall be back soon. I hope you are all well, and I will do a video before the Christmas break, and I'm not sure what that's going to be yet. I know there are videos that I owe people. Brazil, haven't forgotten you. Australia, haven't forgotten you. Freddie Mercury, haven't forgotten you. Going to be doing you. But as I say, it's a time at the moment where I'm just drawing back a little bit, conserving my own strength and getting on with the work that I need to be doing, and very much appreciating all of you still out there. Big hugs, everyone. See you all soon. Hope you enjoyed that. I did. Thought it was really interesting. Bye-bye for now.